I got another story here. This is about some of Levi Porter's family, since Andy's here.
We're in trouble now.
Andy,
You want to whisper first?
Oh, it's not bad. It's a good one.
Of course, he says that every time.
He always says that.
The worst ones are the best ones.
See, it's going to be called digging up dirt.
We're digging up dirt. We could just change one.
Now, this is one my grandpa told me. See, my grandpa knew Levi.
Okay.
He spent a lot of time at Levi's house because Levi's youngest son, Arthur Porter, his boy Harold was the same age as my grandpa.
He's buried in here someplace.
Yeah, I think he's over here someplace, isn't he?
Yeah.
Arthur. So Arthur, he died pretty young, and he had some children, and so Levi, the grandpa, raised them. So since my grandpa, Ed's dad, and Harold were buddies, that's also Pete's family, I think, from Mansfield.
Yeah.
And they were buddies, so my grandpa would spend some time at Levi's house. So he'd hear some of these stories and be around him a little bit. But let's see. Matter of fact, this conversation, I was actually with Harlan Porter. My grandpa had taken me over to visit with Harlan Porter, so they were both fighting to tell their stories. So they're both in here. I think my grandpa won out on this part of it. But let's see. He says. Let's see. He says, Dad. Oh, he heard this. I guess he heard this one from his dad, Jasper Porter, who's buried right over here. He says, Byrd. This is about Byrd Porter. Your great grandpa was Ed, Levi's oldest son, and Byrd was one of the other boys. So this was about Byrd. Byrd was living with Uncle Levi already, and they had a coal mine. They were getting coal, and Byrd was helping him. You know, he got married. Byrd did, and they said the next morning after they got married, Byrd never got up for breakfast. He laid in the bed. So Uncle Levi made Betty hit the floor, his wife. Hit the floor, Betty, because he got up at 4 in the morning. Levi did. So Betty'd have to get up and fix breakfast. And then Harlan, he chimed in. He says, my dad did too. So that'd be Alex, your grandpa. And Everett said he'd be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It didn't make no difference, wintertime or any time. He'd get up at 4 o'clock and sit there before the fire. Then he'd call Betty out and say, Betty, get up. And they said he got up and got Betty up and fixed breakfast. And he hollered, hey, Byrd! Byrd, breakfast, get up. And he didn't get up. So they went ahead and ate. Uncle Levi, he ate his breakfast. They went out. Then he went out and he got a slop bucket. So taking the dishes, he raked them all out, raked every bit of it, everything that had been cooked up. He raked it out and he said, Betty, don't you fix another thing. Let them cook their own. So after a while, Byrd got up and he said, what's for breakfast? So Betty said, I had it, Byrd. I had it on the table here, but because you didn't get up, Levi just poured it all in the slop bucket and took it to the hogs. And he said, you don't do any more. You make them cook. Levi was teaching them a lesson.
Yeah. So I wonder if Byrd ate that morning or not.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Probably not.
Maybe like the prodigal son.
Yeah.